Hey guys, Mus1cMan here, back with another Identity 5 video. In this video we're going to be reviewing some Dream Witch and Mad Eyes gameplay that was sent to me. So yeah, let's take a look. Alright, so first of all we're going to take a look at the Dream Witch gameplay, which is on Lakeside. So Snotty is a Dream Witch main from my clan, and if you want to either join our clan or just hang out and chat with my clanmates and I, there's a link to a Discord server in the description below. So you make your way over and you find the prisoner here. Now, the only thing that I would have to say about this start is because, especially since you're the prisoner didn't really get into decoding quite yet, I would have just recommended leeching before your spawn follower got to the prisoner. Just so that you didn't have to interrupt your chase like that in order to be able to throw down the leech that you wanted to put on the prisoner. Because especially being that the prisoner never got a chance to really start decoding, there was no way you were going to be able to pull off a terror shock there. So the only times I'll try to attempt a terror shock is if it's in specifically a jump scare location, but there aren't too many of those, so most of the time I just throw down a leech, and as far as that placement goes, just put it where you think a survivor would be expected to go. Now, as far as Dream Witch camping goes, you can look around with your main body, or you can once tinnitus goes off, you can throw down your patroller just to look around and hopefully find the rescuer there. But they're choosing to rescue after half. So here I would just be kind of worried that they might not be going for a rescue. But if you patrollered that a lot earlier, I think you could have had a chance at stuffing this rescue once you knew where the perfumer was going from. Now, oh dang, the perfumer didn't even have tide. Okay, the coordinator should have been the one attempting to pull that rescue, not the perfumer. Especially because now the perfumer is injured and she's supposed to be a kiter or a decoder, especially because the coordinator decodes slower. It's not necessarily super necessary it's not really super necessary for the coordinator to decode if there's going to be a rescue attempt. So what was that perfume? I have no idea what the I'm not quite sure what that terror shock was either, but either way, that was a way that you downed 2 survivors there, so that was good. Your mid game is actually doing really good here with that super portal. Now a lot of survivors, what they'll do with that super portal is they'll just like de-leech from the other side, and I think that was their mistake, was that they didn't stay on the other side and just de-leech. Because if they were to de-leech, then yeah, you would have had a lot harder time trying to find them. And they also went back through the portal, which was, I think, their downfall here. So that priestess is going to get rescued, but now you know that the coordinator doesn't have tide or a flare gun anymore, so that's all good. Now would be probably about the time I would switch to blink, just so that I can end this game nice and fast. And yeah, that's smart, checking up by the chair and you see your tinnitus is going off. Now would be the time, if tinnitus goes off, just throw down the patroller, because chances are you'd see the priestess coming there, and if you do end up patrolling the priestess, this could be an easy stuffed rescue. The coordinator came as well. Okay, well, at least this means you can start dishing out some damage. I probably wouldn't have singled out the priestess there because the priestess has her portals. Oh boy, and like all these survivors are going to be getting away. So the thing about this is you want to get all your leeches doing something. So either get them like out of their radius, or out of their radius so that you can chase multiple survivors at once, or because it looks like what you're doing is you're doing a lot of chase using the your actual controlling of the leeches, which is fine to a certain extent, but you don't really want to rely on that entirely. You can just get the leeches way out of radius so that you're able to chase multiple survivors at once and just put pressure over the entire map. And that was a good leech there. So now I would recommend going for whatever survivor you didn't place the leech down for. And it looks like that's the coordinator. Yeah, you weren't going to make that hit. So if that leech isn't doing anything, just get it out of the radius so that it puts pressure on the survivor that it's leeched to, forces them to either try to de-leech or keep running. That was a good prediction from the perfumer. Okay, looks like there's another world portal here. This priestess has placed some pretty nice world portals here. What's the perfumer doing waiting over here? Okay, that perfumer should have gone through a lot earlier so that the image would have had a chance to remove a lot faster. And being that that perfumer is leech, you can just wait until... oh dang, okay. So go ahead and place the perfumer on the chair, and that'll be good because then that means that the perfumer can't de-leech unless if the priestess goes for that rescue. Yeah, you should make your way over there with your main body, and that would be about the time that your cooldown is done. So as far as Dream Witch goes, every time that cooldown ends, you want to place down leeches, because that's literally what makes Dream Witch strong, is the ability to have leeches across the entire map. And the more leeches you have, the more map pressure and the more chase that you have. The coordinator was the one injured though, so I don't know if you just didn't see the coordinator there. But either way, 2 ciphers remaining. It's not looking too good for these survivors here. I would be getting that leech out of radius. You see that priestess one over there, just so that you can put pressure on the priestess. Yeah, you can stay over here and wait for your cooldown to return, but you should really just get that leech out of radius so that you can put pressure on that priestess, because the priestess can't drop her portals. That'll make it so that any damage you do, unless if they get there quickly enough and are able to heal up, which against a Dream Witch with 2 survivors remaining shouldn't really be able to happen. That damage is going to stay for the rest of the game. And you can see where that priestess is, and see now you're getting them out of radius, but being that they're doing leech removal, and with the new nerf to Dream Witch, that makes the Dream Witch removal faster. Yeah, you can see that there, the leech removed there. So just a couple of things. Mostly just make sure that you're using the auto march feature more often to your advantage, but overall really solid gameplay. So now we're going to take a look at some Mad Eye's gameplay. Again, with the looks like you're prioritizing using walls first, and I've seen a lot of top Mad Eyes actually go with chasing first. I think Combat Medic chases first and then uses walls for like camping and stuff. But you're overall getting really solid wall hits so far in the game. And wow, you downed that prisoner really fast. Okay. And what I would do here is I would use the walls to block off that survivor to the prisoner. I don't know if you just didn't have enough energy for that, but now they're inevitably going to heal up. And on Moonlit, this is just me personally, but being that it's such a large map, I would use teleport instead of blink here, just because if you get it down with the walls, you need to be able to maximize your mobility. And beautiful blink, a little bit predictable, but of course still beautiful blink. Yep, and then go in the opposite direction of the Enchantress. Really nice job here, downing the prisoner really, really fast. So, from this camping point, this is not a great chair for a Mad Eyes. Really great chairs for Mad Eyes are either like in some sort of a corner or some easily blocked off area. You also want to make sure that you place them in a chair that's right next to a cipher that's charged quite a bit. And it looks like that cipher wasn't really charged a whole lot. So this prisoner is has the seer out. That was okay. Beautiful stun by the Enchantress there. That hurt. Okay, I didn't even really realize you could do that as an Enchantress. That was a beautiful hit there. Hit the prisoner there? Okay. Well, it didn't hurt too much because you were able to down the prisoner there with your overclock ability. And that's when Mad Eyes becomes really strong, is when he gets max presence. Now, what I would do now is... okay, now I would just take the Enchantress to the chair and then leave her, but... you want to get to the prisoner as quickly as possible because that's the down that you want to secure. How I basically set up most of my games, unless if it's a Dream Witch gameplay, of which things are obviously going to be a little different. What I recommend doing is just working on securing a first down. And that's your goal, is just making sure that you can get a first down as soon as possible. But it looks like you're just able to dish a whole lot of damage with your walls. This is really beautiful gameplay. Let's see, where did that prisoner go? Okay, let's see how you use your walls. Are you going to try to trap him here? Nice job downing the prisoner again. Being that this chairing is already past half, I would just rush this rescue. Just don't worry about it, just rush it. Once again, nice hit on the Enchantress right off the chair. I'm gonna take the Perfumer there, but I still would just work on getting the prisoner, because you're basically essentially rotating through all these survivors now. And you probably could have just waited for the Enchantress to get down there before taking a swing at the Perfumer, but yeah, the Enchantress is dead on chair, so she really should have just focused on hiding there anyways. Although nobody else would have really been able to rescue against a Mad Eyes. But I would suggest that you use your walls more for camping, and I saw that you did that during the first video. Just that chair is just really difficult for a Mad Eyes to be able to do that with. You don't want to get kited by a Perfumer for too long, so I think you're doing the right thing here by focusing on looking for where healing is expected to happen. And oh wow, beautiful trap on the prisoner. You just keep downing this prisoner with the walls. Okay, looks like the seer is about trapped. Oh no, but the console ran out of energy. Nice job again with the wall. You're okay, nice job switching to teleport the... Oh, I went to the wrong cipher. That is a pain. At least it's not too punishing because you're so far ahead. Now, if there are two ciphers that are really, really close to each other, just like on screen, I mean, still inevitably sometimes I do the same thing where it'll target a wrong target by accident, but holding down the teleport button just kind of sometimes helps there, and then you can move yourself to an angle that works out for that, and that really only needs to take like maybe a split second. Alright, and you're just prioritizing getting hits with these walls again. Your wall accuracy here is just absolutely beautiful here. Now, okay, yeah, there's not much that prisoner can do. You're basically just slugging them. Again, kind of like the same gameplay as the last match, which I think is definitely working out to your strategy here, which is working on downing your first survivor and then basically slugging the rest. And it looks like that's being really successful against the prisoner. Now, what I would recommend here is switching to where the prisoner was down. I think you down them, I think it was by bridge, maybe? Never mind, you found all the survivors here, so yeah, there's nothing they can really do. Beautiful job downing the perfumer. So your target accuracy with the walls is just absolutely stunning. As far as like the whole game goes on, what a lot of higher tiered survivors will do is they'll like shuffle through who rescues, or against a Mad Eyes they might just not rescue at all, so just be careful of that. Also, if there's like a tougher team comp against a Mad Eyes, that could be also really punishing. So like Doctor, Barmaid, and then pretty much any sort of stunner or harasser can be really tough against a Mad Eyes. And especially it looked like a lot of those survivors were down pretty easily on the rescue without the walls. So also be careful about getting kited too hard as you climb higher and higher in the tiers. But overall, you played very well. Just a couple of tips that I hope you can take away from this, and thanks for sending in the gameplay. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you want your gameplay featured, like the gameplay that's in this video, instructions are in the description below on how you can do that. Also, if you have any questions or comments, please don't forget to leave those in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time.